Gonna have another think about this one. Perhaps they did want the Grimstroke themselves, but like you said, Execration already denied that off. Now they do have the option for the Keeper of the Light, if they do want to run
True.
that as the Pulse 5, and we've seen how effective it can be with that Ember Spirit just having a double slide of chains basically straight off the bat. But they'll take their time.
Yeah, I mean, again, their draft is like super open. It's really hard for them to figure out what they want. I'm actually surprised. You look into the bans, they're the ones who banned the Oracle and Troll themselves, right? Like they took that combination away from themselves. They go with the Bane first. So, as you like to say, a very underrated support in the pro scene.
True.
Great control. You've got a great way to hold the Queen of Pain. I think
Yep.
that is going to be really useful for Fnatic, and just gives them really early ways to fight. So a solid pickup for them. We'll see how Execration does respond to this one.
It's a beautiful pickup here for Fnatic, right? Because you don't have a way to cancel the Fiend's Grip apart from the Nyx Assassin and maybe the Grimstroke if you count the Silence or Inkswell, but you don't have a long range stun. You don't have an Earthshaker or a support clock or someone that can really scout out where the Bane is and just stop that Fiend's Grip from happening. If you let a Bane get an Aether Lens and just channel from a mile away in the trees somewhere, you don't have someone to find where he is. He could hold that Fiend's Grip for at least 10 seconds. But at level 25, he has like a plus 5 second talent, or plus 5 or 6 seconds. I mean, he could just hold that forever. Quite literally.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily go for that talent. It's probably one of the worst talents you could ask for because, Bane already channels for so long as it is without that talent, but you get my point. An Execration. Alright, they go for the Void. Now that's dangerous. You did choose that into a Bane. I don't know how I feel about that one, because he can just Nightmare you and again Fiend's Grip you through the Chrono.
Yeah, that's a strange pick for Execration. You mentioned it, but the Bane is great. I think even a Shaker is something that we've seen Void struggle with. If you don't catch him in, the Fissure messes it all up for you. So
Right.
that is one way to take away the potency of that Chrono. And I don't know, Execration, I mean, they've got some decent damage in it. You've got the Queen of Pain. And of course, maybe perhaps the Grimstroke with the Inkswell and his spells can help out. It's just, you're constrained to the Chronosphere timing as well. And Fnatic goes for the Visage, okay? So they are still doing something a bit different. We've seen this Visage in different regions. I think specifically China is where we've been seeing it, and Australia as well. So we have seen this a couple of times. It can be potent, especially in laning. You can't underestimate the damage you can pump out there, but there are ways to mitigate that. Still, we'll see just how much they can utilize from this Visage here for Fnatic.
Yeah, I am curious as well. I think the last time we did see it, it did struggle a bit, in all honesty. So I'm not sure how much to expect from it at the moment. It is Fnatic, however. I wonder where they'll run that, but it seems to me like it's going to be an off-lane Visage here for Ice Ice Ice.
Yeah.
So it should be pretty interesting. See what he can get done with this. It is Ice 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 after all. It's another one of those really annoying heroes to deal with, right? Because that Gravekeeper's Cloak just makes you so tanky. You're chasing familiars around the whole game, trying to get that, that free gold for yourself. But you can kind of underestimate how much time you're wasting by chasing this Visage.
Yeah. It is one of those annoying heroes. I think the key thing is we haven't really seen Fnatic pick that one up. Of course, I am pretty confident Ice can just be annoying with it. You've got some great potency with the laning duos as well. Like Visage Shaker can make it really easy to punish whatever comes out for Execration. That Void will have to watch his Time Walk usage because that is something this duo can punish. It's a fairly long cooldown in the laning phase. There's a lot of damage to pump out, and Fnatic, they close out with the Lone Druid we've seen a lot of now. Just gives you great push early on. Execration doesn't have the best ways to deal with it. I suppose Void could always jump in, and the Queen of Pain has great reach. It's just that, again, if you focus solely on the LD, you're not going to be able to take care of the Bane and Shaker in that Chrono.
Yeah. Final pick though, Execration. Looking for an offlane pick here on their side of things. Arguably, it could be the offlane Queen of Pain. And there it is. The Venomancer will pop out. An interesting pick to say the least. I don't particularly see the reason why you go for the Veno this game. Unless you can point something out here.
It's mainly the combination with the Void. You have damage inside at Chrono. You build up there. You get decent push with the wards, and it can be annoying to deal with. It can really kite a few of these heroes around. That's basically it. I think the biggest one is the combination with the Void and the difficulty in perhaps handling it in lane. Beyond that, it is a bit rough. I think Execration has tied themselves up to these cooldowns a bit too much. That's Chrono and Nova that you have to wait on to really maximize that. And Fnatic, not much to really think about. Maybe Slam, but that's it.
Quite literally. It is just the Echo Slam that they're really worried about here. Like, you could make the argument, if the Familiars die and the Spirit Bear dies, then of course you have to wait for those cooldowns, but it's probably not going to happen that often. Ice. If I remember correctly, John, he used to play this hero a fair bit. I would not doubt Ice on this Visage too much.
Oh yeah, for sure. And the lovely thing about the Visage is that it can give space later on, so you can see DJs start to pick up that pace towards the blink. Always important for Fnatic when they do draft that Shaker for DJ.
The Ice Visage. Looking good. We'll go into it. Game number 1 between Execration and the side of Fnatic, of course. I actually had someone earlier on in the chat, John, saying they understood why Fnatic dragged out that game 2 in the previous series they had. They were trying to apparently time things perfectly to get their dinner time. So have dinner before they have to come back to verse Execration. That was some next level thinking by that viewer. Clearly they've taken some inspiration from you.
Yeah, dinner's important. You gotta have the energy to play some Dota 2, Mike. And you saw those portal dig ups? Man, that's just really good luck for DJ and Savage.
What did they find?
Points coming out for both. Well, DJ got half a level and Savage got 1/10 of a level, so pretty decent.
Wow. They did too.
Yeah, just a good start already for Fnatic, at least in terms of the battle pass levels at least.
DJ he's trying to score that goal up against an opponent. Trying to get an achievement in a pro game. Come on, DJ. Looks like jabs on the Bane might go for a bounty rune still here. No, he'll switch around, going on to BHM. They'll secure the northern bounty rune instead. Ice. He took a fair bit of harassment down at that bot lane. Went for the grave chill first. Will get himself out. The thing with this Visage pick as well, it does take a bit of time to really start to escalate on this hero, right? Like, you are really looking for that level 6 before you can do much.
Yeah, it takes a while for the presence to build up. I think the one thing to watch out for is level 1 to 3 is when Visage does really does not shine in lane. So that's a moment for Execration to try to punish. They have to be a bit aggressive with the positioning from RR, but if they can get that done, then they can make Ice slow down just a tad in this hero.
Fisher coming out from Palos, or rather onto Palos. He'll be fine. And DJ not going to stick around in this lane too. They're literally playing soccer right now. DJ gets a goal. Congratulations, DJ. Ice is doing the same thing. They just can't help themselves, these boys. They really can't.
No.
Mid lane Moon getting very low on the Ember. He's in a serious battle right now with Ben-Hur. Don't look over to the bot lane, Moon. You'd be disgusted at what you're seeing right now by your teammates.
Yeah, it's not the best of starts for Moon. There are ways to play around this up against Queen of Pain, but it takes like level 4 really to kick in on the Ember, and it's gonna have to expend some regen to stay in the lane and try to contest the farm.
Yaha gonna go on to Jabs up at the top lane, trying to dish out some harassment. Jabs can easily harass back though, and that's another thing with that Bane support. You can't really trade harass very well because he can just brain sap and get all his HP back.
Yeah, it's a hard hero to try to trade hits with, and on top of that, Yaha is of course melee, so it makes it harder to try to commit. Still, this is freeing up space for both Savage and BHM to find their own farm. Is a slightly better time for Savage, but BHM is keeping pace up, so that's perfectly fine.
Wonder how BHM will go on this this Venomancer. Like we saw him yesterday on the on an Underlord, and he was really dominant on that Underlord we saw yesterday. On the Veno, it's a bit of a different hero. It's a little harder to dominate the lane as a Venomancer just by yourself. So far, he's doing okay, keeping up in farm with 23 Savage.
Yeah, it's the key thing is it's hard to land at Guild. You saw him try and miss on Savage. He needs the setup from his Nyx. It's just that with a Nyx support, you're going to be looking for EXP, and the best way to do that is with Creep Pulse. So Yaha is just not going to be able to help BHM as much as you'd want him to.
Ben-Hur is really starting to take over this mid lane as well, John. 19 last hits, 5 denies on that Queen of Pain. Moon has been on low HP for such a long time. Every time he comes close, he takes a Shadow Strike, is forced to back off. He's actually going to run all the way back to the fountain as well. This is not what you want. But it's going to be a lot of wasted time out for Moon.
Yeah, this is really helping Ben-Hur find that early farm. They've basically secured themselves that mid. So Execration having at least one lane go fairly freely. I think Fnatic, they're not going to be too upset with the trades they're getting. Savage is pretty much free farming as well. And Ice is being fairly disruptive towards Paulus. He's not quite dominating the lane, but he is at least finding the EXP, and we all know what happens when Visage does hit 6. It becomes very hard to contend with those familiars.
Yeah, both Pos 1s are basically free farming as well. 26 on Savage, 25 on Palos. Like top lane, there is a bit of a chase now onto Savage. He may be the first blood this game, and yeah, Yaha will be the one to pick it up, and he is very, very happy about it. Now chasing down Jabs, who does get the Nightmare off, but nice Nightmare takeaway with the Impale. They're just sharing the sleeping time. Jabs will be forced to TP away, and Yaha will have no way to cancel that. Great coordination out from Execration, though, up that top lane.
Yeah, they just managed to punish Savage being left alone, and if you do land that Gale at level 4, is a lot of damage coming out from her Veno, so Savage has to watch out for a bit. He's not very tanky just yet, and he is kind of forced to resummon Bear, which means if he actually falls, he's not going to have much presence for the next minute or so.
That's really the key, right? Like, you just try and shut down Savage every single time you go up against Fnatic. We've been seeing so many teams focusing down Ice, but Savage tends to be the real problem. So Ice, he's just happy to buy space for his team. He's not really interested in trying to carry the game for them. Mid lane as well, Ben-Hur ends up killing off Moon on that Ember. Jabs trying to dish out some harass. A nice Fisher coming out from DJ. Puts the Nightmare off onto Yaha, but the Nightmare will be taken once again, this time by the Queen of Pain. And Ben-Hur will actually take safety in that Nightmare. Now the Impale off onto DJ. And Execration. A 3-0 already on their side of things. 1k net worth lead.
Yeah, Execration are finding a lot of key kills, slowing down the pace of Fnatic. We talk about DJ getting space to farm Blink up. This is going to set him back just a bit, and it's been a slow game for DJ. He's still stuck at level 2, so his progression in terms of EXP has also been quite slow.
Well, Yaha gonna find Savage's courier. Jab's gonna rotate in to try and help out his lone druid. While all this is happening, BHM has had free reign over the top lane, as Savage feels like he needs to just secure jungle farm instead of being in that lane. This is all good news for Execration. Speaking of, it's really not a hero we see Savage play very often, is it? The lone druid?
No. No, it's definitely not. I think we have seen like 1 or 2 games though with it. And he does well enough, you know. It's still a farm heavy hero. You
Oh, they
understand
stunned
that.
the
Oh
bear.
no.
That bear, phase boots are up. He's going to try and make a run for it. Can they take it out in time? BHM really wants to place another Plague Ward down. It doesn't look like it will be enough. The Spirit Bear should survive. No, Impale out from Yaha. Not going to be enough. It lives on 45 HP.
Ooh, that would have been really big if they found it. I'd say even more gold than actually finding the main LD. So, bit of a missed opportunity.
You got the level 6 on the Visage bot lane as well. So now the Familiar's chasing down Palos. Ice waiting for the perfect time walk out. Now getting those stuns up with a fish round from DJ Palos. Forced to chrono nothing. He chronos Familiars and a Spirit Bear. And Ice standing outside will just use Soul Assumption.
Oh man, that's sorry about that. I did disconnect. Didn't manage to catch that, but that is quite the expense for Execration. Just not having that chrono. Excuse me.
Are you okay, John? You sound like you...
Yeah, the internet chokeholded me. On top of disconnecting. Anyway, losing your first chrono like that, never ideal, and you are starting to see Fnatic step it up. Of course, they do have stronger push with that level 6 on Ice, and with the Dominator up. Just a lot more they can get done in the lanes. And Execration, despite those early kills, are only about 1k ahead. Not a very substantial lead. So they haven't really changed the pace from Fnatic just yet.
And that is true. Palos can actually rotate up towards that top lane. Jams is there to slowly defend this tier 1 tower, but they've already found the trade down at the bot lane. Ben-Hur going to rotate up, trying to find where this support Bane is. Jab's going to go for a TP away and should be successful in doing so. There's nothing to cancel that off. Meanwhile, mid lane, Yaha going to be in trouble, and Noon, in a very stylish fashion, does take out the Nyx Assassin. And now, with so many summons, you can really just take out an easy tier 1 mid tower as well. Ben-Hur will TP in to try and defend this. But they've got so many units now. Snare up. Luckily, he did have an illusion rune, but now the chain's coming out and Ben-Hur is just being trapped up. He has nowhere to go. And Moon will give him the tip. Meanwhile, they have made the jump onto DJ, so they at least find a support trade. And this is the story of the game here from Fnatic. They are just going to throw everything at Execration.
Yeah, it's been tricky for Execration. Like, again, they found those early kills, and now ISO.
It's just so easy when you get those Familiars. And Ice, he's really a master at this creep micro.
Yeah, I think the big thing has been the initial net from that troll creep. Just having that set up into the familiar stuns makes it really child's play. Just find those kill follow-ups.
He doesn't want to give that creep up either. He's been holding on to it even though it has been low. In fact, never mind. He goes for the Wildling Ripper now. The Wild Wing Ripper. Let's give you a bonus armor aura, which is kind of nice.
Makes him just a bit tankier, of course, with the Grave Keepers as well. And you can see Fnatic really take over that bot jungle, limiting the space to farm for Palos and Palos.
DJ Echo committed with the neutral camp, and they just brain sap Fisher. Great rotation out from DJ. And well, that early start that Execration had, kind of disappearing now.
It's the fact that they're so constrained to having this chrono from the void really land for these team fights. Fnatic, they've rid through that rough laning phase. You know, that was their weakest point. Just the fact that you need a lot more in DJ and stuff. And now Yaha.
Yeah, he's in trouble. He is going nowhere. Ice on a killing spree now, and that T1 mid tower probably going to be under siege again. They will try and defend with some Plague Wards. Probably won't do very good though. Moon is trying to look for an option here to close the gap on BHM if he does get the chance. There'll be TPs coming in. And Ice, he'll back off with his units. Moon will do the same. But they're happy doing this. They're buying Savage space again. Savage is farming very, very nicely. And you can apply so much pressure across different lanes with this kind of draft.
Yeah, they're just continuously shoving in bot with Savage and keeping pressure down mid. You don't see any rotations to punish the LD, and from a bit of a rough start, Savage manages to be #1 in terms of net worth. So Execration not really managing to shut down Savage's hero, and
Fiend's Grip going to be out on Yaha. Ben-Hur will be there with the Sonic Wave, but that does not cancel the Fiend's Grip off. They will end up finding the Nyx Assassin. Now the Nightmare jabs. How do you survive that? He will go down eventually. Savage, though, dealing the damage out to RR, and now just man-fighting with BHM. BHM not getting rooted up by the Spirit Bear, but here comes DJ. Throws out a Fissure onto the Venomancer. Ben-Hur going to keep chasing up, but here comes Ice. You just can't fight into these guys right now. There's just too many things to try and take out.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to worry about coming out from Fnatic, and man, just jabs dodging out with Nightmare, dodging the last tick, rain tapping, just buying more time for Fnatic, and does make it really hard for Execration to just commit. Like, this would have been a great time to have Palos in with Chrono. When they commit that Poison Nova, it's just he can't afford to fight because he has to farm. So Execration's timing's not quite lining up, and Fnatic are able to take huge advantage.
Palos, he might need to get involved soon on that Void. I mean, he's going for a Maelstrom. He's just trying to farm up the best he can. The thing is, though, when there's all this pressure being applied from the side of Fnatic, you've got that Chrono up, and it's not like I recommend he joins just to find kills or anything, but he might need to help his team out very, very soon. It's the further this goes on, the harder Savage's Bear is going to hit, the harder these Familiars are going to hit. Ice is going to be farming up a Necro 1 book, so there's more units coming. He hasn't got enough yet. And now a smoke will come out from Fnatic. That mid-tier 1, it's just been abandoned. They don't want to deal with it anymore. Instead, they go up towards the top lane, but there are Fnatic heroes around there, ready to make the jump whenever. Problem is they have the low ground, but they'll take the courier out. It's just Ice showing his Familiars. Another courier to be taken out. You'll find that one as well. Now Ben-Hur will blink in. That is dangerous. Jabs, he is waiting. Now DJ coming in. He has Echo right now. He is waiting for the perfect moment, and he does commit it with a great Fissure. They are going to get wiped. And Palos tried to commit Chrono, but there was going to be no follow-up. DJ, with the patience of a monk, John, he waited so long in that invis.
Yeah, how many times have we seen so many of these Earthshaker players just get the biggest slams without the blink? This is another time DJ really just putting the work in on that Shaker. I have to say, I'm surprised Palos committed the Chrono on a Visage. You don't have the DPS or the attack speed to eat through those Gravekeeper's Cloak. It's just too much to handle, and again, you're looking at the Chrono on cooldown. It's not going to line up with the cooldowns of their Venomancer and their Queen of Pain, so you don't have the opportunity to even burst a single hero out in the Chrono.
Oh, it's just rough. It's so rough for Execration. There's that Necro book, by the way. Ice has got it up now. Are they going for any more, I wonder? It's one of those things where I kind of think this is, you know, they might just pick up more and more, but it's not the case. Everyone else on Fnatic is just playing their standard way of playing the hero. And Ice is just doing Ice things.
Yeah, I think that's perfectly fine, though. They get a lot more push, you get some good stats on the Visage, and he is just going straight to a the Hood of Defiance, if I saw that right. So just a bit more magic resist for him, and a bit more tankiness overall.
Oh, it's just unbelievably hard to get through the Visage HP when he's got a Hood of Defiance up as well. So now that Quap damage just isn't going to matter. I believe he'll eventually just build into a pipe. make it even worse for the Veno and Queen of Pain. Bot lane, tier 2 tower does go down to Savage. The Savage does have that Desolator up now on the Spirit Bear, so you have high ground pushing potential if you do get some kind of a wipe.
Yeah, it's like all the right-click damage in the world coming out here, and I don't know if you want to be out this far if you are Execration.
Uh-oh. There it is. We know what happens now. Yaha has the bounty placed on him. DJ has the blink up. Echo in 7 seconds. Moon playing around here. Jab's getting stunned up. A great Fisher, though, onto 3 heroes. And now the Fiend's Grip will catch out that Queen of Pain. DJ jumps in. Just going to whack away with the Enchant Totem. And Execration falling behind by about 6k worth of net worth. Make it 7. And RR getting feared up. Savage really wants the kill, but the Inkswell is going to dissuade him. And now Palos will go in. He'll morph into the bear form. Gets the ensnare off on the Void. Oh no, Palos, no. He gets echoed as well. Moon comes in with the chains onto Yaha. Spy Carapace, he will just wait. Now going in with another Remnant. Yaha is in huge trouble. He will run away, it seems. So they won't be able to lock him down long enough. Ben-Hur now. Gonna respawn back up on that Quap. Chains miss from Moon though. Savage will start going on towards that tier 2 tower, but he does give a bear away to Ben-Hur.
Yeah, it's a nice little pickup for Execration. You do see top lane. Ice is just pushing by himself onto that tier 1. So you're still gonna lose a tower here from Execration.
Oh, you got that Aether Lens up now on the Bane as well. This is when it gets rough. Savage can have his bear slowed up. They really want that secondary bear. DJ doesn't have the echo, so they know they can try to abuse this timing.
Oh.
Chains. Nightmare. Jabs. We'll let that go. Moon should be able to secure the kill, and does, and that's the bounty being claimed. Moon does eventually find it. And with that, he'll also get his Maelstrom up.
Yeah, just a perfect timing coming out, and really nice neutrals as well. The clumsy net coming out, I think you would really like that on Ice for added control. For the familiars, we'll see whether or not that does go to him, but really great timings from Fnatic. You can just try to shove in that tier 2, but they'll play it safe. They'll hang around and look for someone who is going to try their luck. They do spot Palos out with the illusions.
Palos. He'll be alright, he just needs to keep farming. Trying to go after that BKB up next. Ice is casually just not using any neutral items. He doesn't believe in them.
Yeah, that's fair. It would seem to be nice to have one, you know, just for the stats. Even like the shovel being left in the base is a bit of a lack of efficiency from Fnatic. You tend to see a lot of teams just carry that around.
Can't just leave that shovel. Shovel's great.
Nah, it is. And a lot of pings onto Savage. Not sure what that's about, but a lot of thumbs up as well. Do you see him building up for a Lotus Orb on himself? So just wants that Dispel. Wants a little bit more tankiness as well. Not the most common pickup on the LD, but I suppose if it works, it works. And you take a look at Ice, it did opt for the mech first, but it is up. So you're looking at a lot more tankiness for the Visage and the team. And he is going to be building into the pipe next.
This is such a classic way of building Visage. Jabs breaks the smoke. As the Fiend's Grip does commit it, he found the Void. It's just going to be such an easy kill, and now the Echo again coming out from DJ. Onto 2 in the back. Both supports getting suffering from tremors right now. As Jabs is going to go after Yaha as well, just waiting for the Spy Carapace. Ben-Hur, he will at least be able to get himself out. And Yaha?
No.
No, clumsy net. DJ does get it, and now the Nightmare. DJ will take the kill for himself. And Execration are going to lose a Roshan here to Fnatic.
Oh man, that was Execration trying at the perfect time. They had Chrono, they had all their ults, just not able to chain them off. And Fnatic are always on top of them. Well,
now they head over to that mid-tier 2 tower. You've got so much damage, so much siege ability here. Fisher going to come out, Ben-Hur being trapped up by those chains, and now you're not getting out. No way once those familiars are on top, and uh-oh. Execration returned the favor. They want a bounty on DJ.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Not the easiest target to find. DJ, he has been on point with control, and Fnatic has been pretty solid in backing him up. You even see the Lotus Orb being finished up on Savage, so it's a little bit more defensive utility on him and just chasing down Palos. No lucky roots. Palos does get to live for another day.
Yaha almost got fished there by DJ. Fnatic won't mind as long as they can take this tier 2 top tower. They are more than happy to not bother fighting, although Execration now have smoked up, going after Ice. Can they actually kill him though? He's the tankiest target right now. Fisher out, Ice with the control. This is looking bad again for Execration. Palos, he throws out a panic Chrono. That wasn't it. The fear is there as well from Savage, and they are going to chase them down. He gets the root this time. And every Chrono we have seen thus far in this game has been due to panic.
It's not paying off. They really rely on getting the big Chrono and the combo off. They've drafted themselves into this corner, and Fnatic just never gives them the opportunity. Last tier 2 of Execration gonna go away now, and they can just easily go into the high ground. There's nothing stopping Fnatic's lineup.
On to the tier 3. Swarm them with units.
Oh, man,
Soul Assumption going up to 2. Oh, goodness me. Ben-Hur was there a second ago. He's gone now. And mid-racks, it's nice knowing you.
Yeah, none of this is lasting too long. They can go for the other racks as well. No Chrono to worry about.
You gotta be very wary if you are Execration, because DJ also has Echo Slam up, and they call GG. They've had enough. Well, they can't win this game any longer. It's just way too difficult. They are way too far ahead. Fnatic with a 20k net worth lead at 22 minutes in. A decisive Game 1 victory for Fnatic. Execration need to go back to the drawing board, it seems, but we'll have a chat about that once we get into Game 2, I suppose.
Yeah, just hopefully not tying themselves to these long cooldowns. Again, they kind of they pick the Void into Bane, which is already awkward. So certain issues like that can be corrected in draft and Execration. They've got one more game to try to show it up to Fnatic.
We'll see how it all pans out. It is MLP Dota and JohnXFire. We'll see you all again very, very soon for that game number 2.